Good afternoon and happy Saturday. Welcome to another vlog. You find me today wandering through Bushy Park. I'm going to Alex and Anna's to help out a bit more with their move. That is still they've kind of moved but not unpacked anything. And I could have got the bus all the way there, but I figured tomorrow, Monday, you're probably not going to see me at all because I've got a very big and quite difficult project that needs finishing in 48 hours. So this is the only walk I'm going to get. So that's why I've taken this opportunity to be outdoors because I'm going to be staring at a screen for the next 2 days and probably swearing. So roll on Tuesday. I love bank holidays.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
Anyway, I hope you had a lovely bank holiday and it didn't involve working. At the end of this week, on Friday, we are heading off to the vineyard. We're not actually going to get to the vineyard till Saturday, but we're spending Friday night in a nice little hotel in Newbury. The logic being we're extending the holiday this way a bit because on Monday morning I've got to get on a train and go to Newport, not this, a week on Monday, after being in the vineyard, and I've got to be there for 2 days filming, and then I'm filming the baking wards on the Wednesday, so there's a lot of filming. So all rest opportunities will be taken between now and then. I do also have to do at least one more Q fact, so that can go live whilst I'm in Newport. There is one ready to go that by the time this is up, in fact, it will be up. The new Q fact is on the Pagoda, and it is at qfacts.co.uk as always. So please check it out. They're only a minute and a half each. They're very short and snappy. It's the world's shortest documentaries. I hope you enjoy them, share them, tell people, and hopefully it make you go to the gardens because I think they're really nice, and I'd like you to experience it too, although no one's paying me to say that, which is slightly unfortunate, but that's just how it is. The chef is at work. You're going to cook the spatula and spoons. Good Sunday evening. This is the first time I've left the flat, and it's about 6:45 because, as I said, I've got this project on that needs to be finished by tomorrow night, and I've just been staring at a screen since about 8 o'clock this morning. So slightly annoying. I mean, some of the limitations are caused by the speed of my computer, but not all of them. That's unfair to blame it all on the tools. It's just a really big number of files I've got to go through, and an hour's Q&A, I've actually got to listen to it so I know where the bits are, and then there's like 4 cameras on it, and anyway, I'm popping out to buy some ingredients so we can roast a chicken. I very rarely stress about video projects, but this is quite a big one, and it's for quite a big client, and I've got a very short amount of time to do it, so I've given myself 48 hours to stress, essentially, because it'll be done by 10 PM tomorrow, and that's it. There's no more that can be done at that point, so, just have to see where we get to. I think it'll be alright, but, when something's half done, it's kind of hard to see where the end is. I know what it should look like. It doesn't look like that yet. I must be one of the few people in the country right now that's really looking forward to Tuesday. I'm literally wishing away my bank holiday weekend. It's terrible, really. Actually, you know what? To be honest, 10 PM Monday, 24 hours, 25, 6, 7 hours time, there'll be a weight lifted. But Tuesday and Wednesday I've got to get back to doing the wedding video. Thursday I've got to really finish another Q Facts, and which I shot the other day. And then Friday we go on holiday. So, nothing like a bit of stress. Here's a hang base. What a pleasant break from staring at a screen. Get to try and pick a paint colour to go with this tile. Camel sand, anybody? Good morning. It is Tuesday, and it has been a weekend of staring at the same screen solidly, pretty much. Saturday was moving things with Alex and Anna, so that was the most relaxing part of the weekend. And then the last 48 hours I've been solidly sitting in the office staring at a screen. Which means you haven't seen anything, and I'm very sorry. That was home base, and we were looking at some paint because we're painting the bathroom. And that is, frankly, as exciting as my bank holiday's been. So apologies. We'll try and make it a little more exciting this week. On Friday we'll be in Newbury on our way to Three Choirs. And during the week, hopefully, the sun is going to come out because it's been so miserable for the last 3 days. And I might get to pop into Kew. I'm in Camden on Thursday, but today and tomorrow I've got to myself. And so I'm going to have a bath. So goodbye. Feels so good to actually get outside. I feel like I've been reborn. Ridiculous. But you get sort of really tunnel vision on a project like that, so it's taken a while to wind down. I do have a few chores I've got to do today, one of which is paint the bathroom now that we've gone and bought the paint. So I need to sort that out this afternoon. The weather's improving, it's nearly t-shirt weather, so I just feel like a huge weight's been lifted. Don't ever let anyone tell you that DIY is really not as much fuss as it's made out to be, and everyone should be able to do it. It is difficult, but more than that, it's incredibly time consuming. All I had to do this morning was paint one wall and put 4 tiles back on, but it's taken most of the morning because it's a really awkward angle, and you know, I'm not an expert grouter, to be honest. Anyway, got to put a cupboard back on the wall, then we're nearly there. Good afternoon. This is actually Gloucester Crescent in Camden, but it's where I always seem to vlog because there's nobody ever about. So I'm going to call it Vlog Crescent. From now on, I will be changing the road signs in due course. It's Thursday and I'm up at USP, as you can see. It's essentially my Friday this week because we're off tomorrow. Off to Newbury on the way to Newent in Gloucestershire to visit the vineyard. It's actually quite a pleasant day, but I'm busy sorting out invoices as well as doing work at the moment, trying to work out what I'm doing over the next month or so, and also trying to plan when I'm going to do my own things, like plan my own video shoots and whatnot. Looks like I will be working a lot of evenings next week, but that's no bad thing, because, you know, it pays the bills first and foremost, and secondarily, I need a new phone, because this one's giving up, so I will see that as a vlog expense. It's a phone, it's a business expense, so it should be fine. Yeah, so it's a pretty busy coming next week or so, and in fact September generally looks quite busy at the moment. Lots of it is housing related, and then we're into October and then it's autumn and I'm not ready for that. Hi, I'm just sitting here editing, as I have been for days, it seems. Luckily we're going away this afternoon, one of those. And I was thinking, whilst I was waiting for things to process, I was reading the news, which is hugely depressing and you shouldn't do it. I was thinking about Rupert Murdoch. Yes, I know you're a huge fan, but let's get past that. So he's re-employed Rebecca Brooks, who was in charge of The Sun when it was hacking people's phones. And News of the World, etc., etc. And she was found not guilty by a court. I put it in inverted commas because that is the technical result, but not guilty is not the same as completely innocent. And by that I mean they couldn't proceed with the prosecution because there was insufficient evidence. That's a very different thing from they had all the evidence, they looked at it, and she wasn't involved. From a legal standpoint, it doesn't make any difference, but from an actual practical standpoint, it does. Anyway, he's a hugely divisive, would be the nice way of putting it. I would say manipulative and nasty character. And this kind of 2 fingers at Britain by putting her back in charge is just one of a million things he's done that shows complete disregard for anybody other than himself. But more broadly than that, you shouldn't trust any of those newspapers, and you shouldn't trust any news outlet. And I know I've touched on this before. And I know that sounds hugely like, conspiracy theory and all this. It's not. It's very simple. It's purely commercial. If news is your business, if you rely on news in order to generate revenue, or in order to, even if it's not direct revenue, so not actual cash, but increase your audience. If news is an important part of making your product popular, so that does include things like the BBC, then you cannot be treated as a genuinely impartial observer. Now, some are better than others, sure, but if you take anything they say as fact at face value, you're a fool, because their motivation is not to inform. Their motivation is to increase readership, viewership, listenership, and that can't be done through facts alone. Just can't be. Facts are boring when it comes down to it, and they don't sell. Their motivation largely is to entertain, and they entertain by shocking and upsetting and all those kind of things. It's broadly an amoral business. So all I would say to you is seriously consider where you spend your money, and I would strongly suggest you did not spend it on mainstream news outlets. But that's just my opinion. Suburbs of Newbury. Not really, there aren't any suburbs in Newbury. There's just fields, and then there's a hotel. It's obviously highly busy here. There's also a horse, of course. So here it is from the outside. This is Elcott Manor Hotel. You've got super discount. It's actually very nicely situated, as you saw through the windows. Very peaceful farmland. Hello from the future. It is Saturday morning. Had to think about that. But anyway, thank you for watching last week. If you will join us next week, you will see 4 hotels and 4 places in 4 nights or 5 nights. I've lost track. Anyway, we'll be here. I'll be here. Then we get to Newent. Then I get to Newport, and then I'm back in London. So it's all a bit manic, and I hope you'll join us for that.